This is again City Hall. Right over here is the City Hall building, which was architected by James A. Wetmore back in 1915, and William McAdoo was Secretary of State during that time. And on the side of City Hall are paintings of historical buildings. This one is a Putnam County Jail, circa 1880, and the Putnam County Courthouse, circa 1909. The Brunson Mulholland House, 1885. Palatka City Hall, 1905. And the JT and KW Railroad Depot, 1885. Right here by a busy highway. So this is, I believe this is US Highway 17. Have a couple hotels over here. One's the Regency and one's the Quality Inn. And on this highway bridge, they do have a walking area. So this is basically, I guess, this is the Memorial Bridge right here. And then on the other end, they have a boardwalk, trailhead, and restrooms for Ravine State Gardens. Okay. There goes a sculpture right here of a war vet. I wonder if there's a way you could cross underneath here, underneath this highway, which connects to the other side. I wonder if there's a way you could do that. That would be really cool if there was a way you could do that. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is the St. Johns River. And you can, and again, this is where I was riding when I was coming from St. Augustine, driving to Tampa, and I saw, I literally came this exact way, and I had a really good view of the river from the highway. That would be cool if I could cross. They even have little information on different marine animals. This one is the Florida manatee. who breathe an average of every 2 to 4 minutes, but could stay submerged 15 to 20 minutes when at rest. So they're gray in color. And the average manatee weighs anywhere between 8 to 1,200 pounds, but some can weigh as much as 3 tons. So very heavy animals. Looks like I could get over to across the street or across the river to the other side. Dope. That's what's up. That is what's up. So far so good. Been enjoying my visit here in Palatka, and it's a lot bigger than I initially anticipated, which is good. A lot of cool history, a lot of nice murals thus far, and just overall cool vibes, you know? A lot of nice scenery. Just want to get this shot of the cars riding by. Probably going to be one of the longest vlogs that I've done in quite some time too. It's well worth it. And word of advice: if you don't have deep pockets, the best thing to do is, if you're walking across a structure like this, is to stay in the center. Stay like right here in the middle. Just in case something fall out your pocket, if you don't have deep pockets, it'll fall right here as opposed to falling into the water. Because that'll really suck. Just a word of advice. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably already were aware of that, but what's this right here? Oh, the spirit of the American doughboy. Okay, so this gives you history of the Memorial Bridge dedication, which dedication ceremony. So this is so the bridge we walked underneath just now that carries all this carry all these vehicles is a memorial bridge across the St. Johns River, Palatka, Florida, of course. And this was visualized in 1921. Estimated cost of $375,000 on the memorial bridge spanning the St. Johns River. Was completed 6 years later. The bridge was considered at that time to represent the highest type of modern architectural style and construction methods. The final cost of construction was $1.25 million, leaving city leaders scrambling for a way to recoup their funds. Thus, the bridge was initially set up as a toll bridge, and the fee to cross ranged from 5 cents to $1 depending on the means of crossing. Tolls were to be eliminated when the bond issues used to pay for it were retired. The bridge would only last 50 years, and the new memorial bridge you see today was completed in the spring of 1977. And the statues guard the base of the bridge on both sides. They were erected on the site by nationally known artist E.M. Vigesny. I guess that's how it's pronounced. E.M. Vigesny of Spencer, Indiana. Shout out to E.M. The statues have given national publicity, and nearly 100 other statues like them have been erected to date. the spirit of the American Doughboy is the only statue in the world that has the endorsement of the American Legion as being 100% perfect. So let's go check out one of Vyazny's statues. So the other one across the street that we saw earlier, as you can see right here, that's the image of the one we saw before we crossed the boardwalk. But this is the one we're about to see right here. It's called the American Doughboy. And the way it was crafted, the way it looks, man, it's just definitely perfection, sheer perfection. So Vyazny did his thing on this one. And it fits, you know, right here as you're, you know, leaving Palatka, heading across the river. It's really nice. Really dope, really dope. So, again, this St. John's River is where a lot of the Native Americans were originally occupied. As a matter of fact, let's go over here because there's a trail that goes this way. Here's a map legend right here. This is where we are. We're somewhere around here. Yeah, where the star is, we're around this area. And William Bartram accompanied his father, John Bartram, a botanist, to Florida in 1765 for King George III. In 1774, he returned to the Florida he had fallen in love with. His assignment was to research the land for Dr. Fothergill of England. Bartram's resulting book, Travels, became recognized as one of the pivotal scientific books of its time, also heralded for its poetic language and vivid illustrations. And there goes William Bartram right there. Photograph of Mr. Bartram. This world, as a glorious apartment of the boundless palace of the sovereign creator, is furnished with an infinite variety of animated scenes, inexpressibly beautiful and pleasing equally to the inspection and enjoyment of all his creatures. And that's a excerpt from William Bartram's travels video. And it's interesting because I like to travel, so I will definitely be interested in reading a book like that regarding travels, even though it was a different kind of traveling back then. And yep, the Bartram Trail right here in Putnam County. You have this pier right here. Information about the St. John's River, natural beauty and tourist destination. St. John's River has always been famous for its natural beauty and one of the many factors that led to Florida's development as a tourist destination. So you have Palatka, of course, that factored into the tourism, as well as Jacksonville, both of them located on the St. John's River, along many other cities and towns. So yeah, a lot of conservation areas along the got Dunn's Creek, Murphy Creek, Seven Sisters Island, Murphy's Island, Ravine Garden State Park, Horseshoe Point Conservation Area. And you know, you also have like little rivers that kind of that junction, that form a confluence with St. John's River, like little tributaries and whatnot. And one of them is the Ocklawaha River in Horse Landing, Murphy's Island. And again, many of these were named after Native American tribes that originally inhabited the area. Let's continue up this way. I could only imagine how this place during peak travel season, how populated Palatka gets. It looks like a really nice tourist spot, you know, especially for those who, you know, of course, aside from history, likes to just indulge in the outdoors, go fishing, things like that, go boating. When the weather is right and the season calls for it, pretty sure this place is pretty packed, pretty lit, you know. You have this clock right here. It's called the Millennium Level. These are all the contributors to the Millennium Level. Florida Power and Light, the Palatka City Commission, Palatka Gas Authority. Check out these views right here. This one's dedicated in memory of Judith E. Weddington, a love matriarch and a friend to all. Shout out to Miss Judith Weddington. Hope Springs Eternal, Danny and Kate Martinez. And another map of downtown Palatka, aka Trail Town. Gorgeous walkway at Ravine Gardens is a popular hiking spot close to downtown. Historic railroad mural is one of the many to discover of the City of Murals tour of downtown Palatka. See, I told you, I was like, man, this city has to be nicknamed the City of Murals. Yep, and the fish, you know, good fishing spot. A good place to go kayaking, canoeing, whatever it's called. The bass sculpture at the marina is inspired by William Bartram's writing about fly fishing when he visited Spalding's lower store. Okay. Yeah, really nice. And you could also, you know, go bike riding on these trails. Really cool, really cool. I would imagine Florida is like a premier destination when it comes to outdoor recreation. And yep, you got the rail trail, Palatka to Lake Butler State Trail. Check that out. Flora Home is on State Highway 100 on the way to Palatka. So that's where I headed when I was coming from Stark. And you also have Interlaken, which is on State Road 20. Okay, really cool map. Really cool map. Shows the trail, the state trail, Palatka to St. Augustine State Trail, St. John's River to Sea Loop. And this is where the trail travels. There's even also a lot of towns that it goes along the Atlantic Ocean. So you have the St. John's River of Palatka, which is more inland, and then it goes out to the coast to on the Atlantic Ocean. Cities like Palm Coast, Flagler Beach, Ormond Beach, Daytona, and New Smyrna Beach. Okay. Nice, nice. And you have this building right here. It's called the St. John's River Center, and it houses the Palatka Coffee Company. Really dope. Not to mention, you have the Hampton Inn. So a sheer sign, the fact that they have a Hampton Inn right along the St. John's River further proves my point that this is a really nice tourist spot. I mean, they have it right here by the river, and it looks pretty new too. It looks like it was built probably within at least the last 5 years. And some more stuff. Yeah, this city is a lot bigger than I thought it was. The downtown is massive. Downtown Palatka is massive. It has a lot of stuff. So it's an oyster bar right across the street called the Belchoff's Corner. And again, another historic building that looks like it may have at one point in time been a hotel. It might, the top floors might still be like a residential, it might be like a residential building with the restaurant on the ground floor. But it looks like a really historic building. And check this out. It's a nice little poster right here. It says, "Welcome to Palatka. Visit palatka.com." Sponsors it. Pretty cool way of welcoming the people in. And there goes the front of the Hampton Inn right there. It sits on the nearby the river. Let me cross back over here. Just wanted to come over here and grab that "Welcome to Pulaski" sign. They also got a couple of they got a little restaurant right here, beer and wine lounge called Uncork and Unwind, and they have like a little mom and pop store right there in the middle. Historic, I guess this is a historic church building of some sort. First Presbyterian Church, okay. Again, it has one of those clock towers attached to it. Pretty neat. Front of the church right here as well. Now, this First Presbyterian Church building was also placed on the National Register of Historic Places, so it's really cool to come by and see these historical buildings up close and in person, because yeah, there's plenty of them, especially in this town. You have a playground. They even have a little playground right here. The sun is beaming. Try to get as good a shot of it as I can. There it is. Yeah, that's the playground. Sits right by the riverfront. It's really neat, very modern. Yep, and there goes the boardwalk right here. Looks like there's some ships and some boats. Looks like some boats over there. They're not ships, they're more boats. Pride of Palatka. The river boat right there. So this is the boathouse right here, Boathouse Riverfront. American flag right there, of course, waving. So this is the boat ramp in the dock right here, made possible by a grant from the Florida Department of Natural Resources. Shout out to the Florida Department of Natural Resources. And here goes a really nice sculpture, the largemouth bass, as you can see. Now this sculpture was by William Bartram, inspired by William Bartram. It's really cool, really nice, really neat little sculpture. Looks like it's made out of, what type of material is that? Feels like iron. Yep, that's iron. Really nice. And this is called J.C. Godwin Park and Boat Launch Improvements 2014. Engineered by Rudd Jones, contracted by S.C. Klein's Construction. So yeah, J.C. Godwin Park and Boat Launch Improvements. And you can also have to watch for the manatees if you're out here boating. Which brings me to the conclusion of this vlog, good people. Thank you guys for rocking with me. It was a great trip here to Palatka. Had a lot of fun, saw a lot of cool visuals, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tour as well. And you know, appreciate you guys for rocking with me. I'm gonna make this a two-parter vlog due to the large amount of content I was able to collect while in Palatka. So if you guys rock with me this far, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. And once you hit the bell, make sure you hit all. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. So from St. John's River here in Palatka, this is P9 signing off. Peace.